Taxi Parisien. It is 10 o'clock at night.
Did you click anything?
No.
Okay.
This just happened.
Okay, so now you're the boss.
The thing is like, then I have the conversation with myself. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. Well, look, I've got a bit of a problem. A real problem, Sadis.
See, because I figured the narrator's still gonna be there.
Yeah.
You have a pounding headache. It's your first night behind the wheel since the incident.
Okay.
Since the attack.
Okay. So, this is me. I have a nice beard.
You
I like
have a nice
it.
beard.
And that's my passenger or my boss, one of those.
Yeah.
Are you listening to me?
So I'm gonna guess that like this ride for the duration this guy is in your car is your opportunity to ask questions to them.
Okay,
And,
well this is...
And like when you get to your destination, he's gonna get off. So pick the right questions, I guess.
Okay.
You catch your... Oh, it's your boss.
Yeah.
You catch your boss's eye in the rear view mirror. Were you listening to me?
Yeah. He was like, yeah, I got a real problem, like a real big problem. And I mean...
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's hard not to. You're sitting there. It's like, no, I shut off my ears.
Yeah.
Yeah. He stares at you for a second or two without speaking.
Sometimes I wonder what goes on inside your head. You always seem so far away.
Oh, I'm just listening to Linkin Park in my head.
No, but I think I'm gonna go with the I'm
Crawling
listening.
in my skin. These wounds, they will not heal.
Honey.
Uh-huh.
I'm listening, right?
Right.
I'm listening. Okay.
He's watching you closely, trying to make out what's going on in your head.
You know I'm worried about you, don't you? I know. I know. Je sais. You're like a son to me, you know?
Really? Man, if you have a boss who says like, oh, we're like family here, then that is runaway people. That is a goddamn red flag.
That's different than you're like a son.
You're like a son to me. It sounds more personal.
Yeah.
But the whole thing
we're
about
a family,
like,
yeah,
we're a family. That means we expect you to do unpaid overtime. Because we're like a family. We just help each other out. When they say we're like a family, that is a fucking one-way street, people.
Do you get paid for overtime?
No, I have as a lawyer, a lot of times you work, at least when you work in the private sector, you have so-called flexible hours, which means you don't actually have hours, which means means there's no such thing as overtime.
Yeah.
Because there's no normal time, and that's all a big scam. That's all a big hustle.
Yeah, I have that's it. It's not just for lawyers. Like it's I have flex time too. So
it's nice. It's nice in some ways, where it's like you can just sleep in the morning if you want to. It was like I came to work at noon. Why? Because fuck it, I don't have hours. So long as you do your job and you do what you're supposed to do, then it's like it doesn't matter. But in practice, obviously, like just lawyers work themselves to death. They work like 60, 70 hour work weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
That was a very long answer to a short question.
Sorry about that.
I know. Oh wait, that's me.
Yes.
I know. Well, the boss sounds more aggressive, okay?
Okay.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
There's a difference between boss man French dude and employee man me French dude, okay?
Like everything in France, the differences are subtle.
There is absolutely nothing subtle about France.
And you know he's about to tell you the story of his taxi fleet. Again.
Oh dear. When my father died and left me the store, I could have sold it. I could have retired, gone back to the old country.
Oh, so he shouldn't have a French
Fucking
accent?
hell, is he Polish?
Polish?
There's
maybe
a lot
Russian?
of Polish immigrants. Or
Okay.
maybe...
The old country. That could be Germany as well. You have to pick where he's from now. He's obviously not from France.
Damn it.
Yeah. Give him an Austrian accent, I don't care.
Okay, fine. Okay. Switching gears.
Switching gears.
When my father died and left me the store, I could have sold it. I could have retired, gone back to the old country.
It's Dr. Shu.
It's my standard German accent, for God's sake.
Alright. Do we interrupt him or do we let him go on?
Nah, I want to hear this.
Yeah, let him go on.
But I decided to start a cab fleet with the money he left me to hire the guys from the neighborhood. And that's why I've got 45 guys like you working for me. All of them. I view them like my sons.
My 45 sons. It's
Trying to start a harem here. Sort
whoa,
of.
with your sons?
Yes.
What the fuck, Anna?
They're not really his sons. It's just I'm pretending they're my sons so that I have more fun. Anyway.
Yeah. His hands flutter in the air as he makes the gestures showing what he's about to do to his sons.
So none of them are any match for you.
Whoosh. Woof. It's getting steamy in here. He smiles. His voice suddenly takes on a serious note.
Do you want me to go over everything again?
I like the music. He points to the equipment on the dashboard, the meter, the GPS.
Yes, actually.
Yeah, you're not actually driving. You can see on the top that you're stationary.
Yeah.
You haven't been in a taxi for weeks. Maybe you do need a little refresher.
Yeah, good idea.
Probably.
Right then. Well, first the map. You spot potential customers and try to guess where they'll be going. Then you decide.
Uh-huh.
How am I supposed to know where they want to go?
You guess. Obviously.
That's not how that works.
No, that's realistic.
When a customer orders a taxi, if there's no one else around, you have to go pick them up.
Okay, so you can drive around and just find passengers by yourself, and you also have like people ordering taxis, and if you're the closest guy to the order, then you have no choice. Gotcha.
But only when I'm not already on like a right.
Yeah. He shrugs.
That's the way it goes. It's business. See nothing. The other fares, you look at the map and decide whether or not you want to take them.
Gotcha.
And then you drive.
So it's gonna be a thing where like one of the passengers you pick up is gonna be like the killer, and you have to figure out which one it is.
I don't know, or maybe I just like start like picking up hookers and ask them because that's what they always do.
Start by picking up hookers, no
Yeah.
matter what you do. Well, no, first coffee. Always start with coffee.
Probably-
Then pick up hookers.
Probably since this is Paris, also like cigarettes.
Oh yeah, coffee, a cigarette, then hookers, in that order.
Okay.
Sometimes you can do a cigarette before the coffee, but the cigarette tastes better if you do it after the coffee.
I'm gonna take your word for that. I think they always taste awful. So. Alright.
He flashes a quick mechanical smile. You know it well. When he talks about work, he talks about work. That's all.
Well, that's okay. I appreciate that. When your shift is over, we do the numbers and...
His voice trails off, as if searching for the right words.
And that's all. It's pretty simple. There's no reason why you can't do it. Aside from that gaping hole in your liver.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, man. Jesus, right in the liver.
Yeah, and you drinking all of that wine all the time.
No
Can't
more of
really
that.
afford any more liver damage.
Nope. No more of that. Tough shit.
Alright, no overtime. We're in France here. And there are rules, regulations.
Yes.
You know, me having currently at least a Austrian accent actually quite like rules and regulations, so...
Well, you know how it is in France. Workers go on strike at least once per week demanding something.
Yes.
God damn, we had a vacation in France that got ruined by the fact that, like... It
mean,
didn't get ruined, but
no.
it got complicated by the fact that, like, just as we were about to head out, massive airline strikes. And we learned the lesson where it's like, just don't fly with Air France.
Well, the thing is, like, good for them, right? It's like...
You know what? Normally I would say so.
But when it affects us...
No, I'm gonna say based on, like, what I know in Sweden as well. Specifically, goddamn airline unions. Airline unions are a scourge on this world.
Okay.
Yeah, because they haven't... Like, it's almost like a shift in power balance to the other side, right? Normally, the employer is the one holding all the power, and the employees, like, just, you know, oh, if you don't like it, just fuck off, I'll replace you, whatever. Which, you know, leads to bad results, because it's unbalanced in who has the power and whatnot. Airlines is kind of like the opposite, where the employees can basically hold the airline hostage. And be like, oh, we're just not gonna work, and then you'll just go broke because we're not replaceable, and like this is like an important sort of like nationwide service they're providing as well. So they've, like, airline unions traditionally in most countries have like a pretty extreme sort of like just leverage that, at least in Sweden, they've used to get like sort of stupid benefits and stupid pay to the point where, like, our sort of like big sort of national airlines, SAS and whatnot, they're more expensive than like anything else you can fly with, but you don't get anything. You don't get like you don't even get a fucking cup of coffee in the airplane for free. You have to pay for everything. You have to pay for a newspaper or that shitty little bread roll or your cup of coffee and whatnot. You probably have to pay to get a seat belt. I don't know. But and the thing is, they are paid better. Their employees are paid better than like any other sort of airline thing.
Okay, that's not the case for all of Europe. I can guarantee that. So.
But normally, when you get like the most expensive thing. If you fly like with like some really high-end sort of expensive airline, you expect, you know, a level of service to match that, right? If I fly with Norwegian Air or Ryanair or some of those low-price, low-budget things, I expect to get nothing because I paid a very cheap ticket, so I don't get anything extra. I expect that. That's fine. If I pay for one of the super expensive ones, then I want my fucking meal.
Okay, but you can't translate whatever's going on with SAS, which is fucking weird, by the way, to every other airline in Europe. I know it's not the case for the German ones, and I think it's also not the case for Air France. So good for them that they can actually strike without getting fired and that they can, you know, try to get some better working conditions, because it's not an easy job. And like, it was somewhat inconvenient. I managed to get to Paris, and then I just had to drive rent the car we were gonna get anyway from Paris to Brest. It was just like the intra-France flight I couldn't get. So it was a 7-hour road trip that I took alone and that I had to take somewhat spontaneously.
It sucked more for Anna than it did for me. This was before we were living together, so we were flying out from different destinations.
Yeah, so he got there and I couldn't, so I had to drive through France for 7 hours. I didn't particularly enjoy driving through Paris.
We've learned that French radio's shit.
Yeah, oh my god. Oh, it's terrible. But other than that. Also,
French drivers are terrible.
Yeah, but I knew that. I was prepared for that. I wasn't prepared for the radio, to be honest, because I couldn't plug in like my phone. So we had to go and buy a cable, but we did that once I arrived. So for 7 hours, I was listening to like the same 6 French auto-tuned rap songs over and over again. That's what it felt like. And Anyway, let's continue.
Now who's veering off in tangents? Both of us.
Mostly you.
I feel like it's gonna be one of those LPs, isn't it?
So I'm very sorry, guys. This is, I think, like a game that's not very long. It's like 4 hours long. Watch us clock in at like 12 because of this shit.
Absolutely. And I was like, this is 4 hours long. It's gonna be like a short game. Not when we play it.
Aye. Okay.
All right.
Anyway. You might not see it that way, but no one likes having a driver who hasn't slept for 24 hours.
No, I see it that way.
Yeah, I see it that way.
Uh-huh.
I agree.
He looks away. Something's been bothering him since he got into the cab.
Anyhow, you know the ropes, you get it. I know you're going to do a good job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, what's the matter? Like, right?
Yeah?
What's the matter?
Your boss keeps quiet for a while, as if he's hesitant to speak. And then...
I don't think it's a good idea. You shouldn't be driving.
Oof. Did we mess up?
The murderer is still out there, and we think he's going to come back for you.
Oh, yes, because you're the first guy to survive him.
We?
Like, this is you. I'm not gonna tell you what to pick.
No, come on. This is. But I think we should go with we.
Okay.
Like, if I have time to actually pick my answers, then I think we can pick them together. We did that for we did that for the pigeon dating simulator too, okay?
Yeah, well, not for the 4 or 5 times in the entire game where we actually had choices
yes,
to make.
But
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Your colleagues, I do too. Anyway, I'll let you get back to work. Every minute spent in your taxi is a minute lost.
Wow.
Wow, dude.
Is that how you talk to your son? It's cold.
He gives you a smile. Half ironic, half serious.
Well,
You can count on me?
sure.
You can count on me.
He scratches at an invisible stain on the armrest.
Yeah. I know. That's the problem.
He smiles. Your boss opens the door and exits the cab. You watch him cross the street and enter the fleet garage.
Dude. What?
A couple of colleagues are milling about. Taxis are coming and going.
Okay.
They all ignore you. Consciously or unconsciously.
I mean, yeah, no one wants to be too close to you in case someone starts shooting at you again.
Yeah.
I'd be like, no, I gotta be somewhere over there.
You are branded with a bullet wound. You sit there a moment, then turn the key in the ignition. The hum of the engine sends a tinge down your spine.
Tingle.
Tingle. Tinge is a hue of color. It's impossible to describe how you missed that feeling. So I'm not gonna try. It's back to the night shift. Back to life.
Okay.
Despite the attack. Despite it all.